What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp, and today we're going to be doing a review on this SOUSA Mantis 1-6 LPVO. It should be a good little video, so let's dive right into it. So, like I mentioned before the intro rolled, we're going to be doing a review on this SOUSA Mantis 1-6 LPVO. If you're unfamiliar with SOUSA, they were originally Sun Optics, and CMC Triggers actually bought them out, discontinued Sun Optics line, introduced their own optics line. They brought in new designers and kind of revamped Sun Optics, made them higher quality. And that's what we get today. So I reached out to them and I was like, well, you guys look like you have some pretty cool products. Would you mind sending one out to the channel for me to do a review on? I know you guys are kind of new into the optics space, and I'd like to try them out and give you my opinion. They're like, sure. So we got one out to the channel. This is, like I said, the Mantis, their LPVO. And it's been an interesting little optic, to say the very least. So before we dive into the specs, the uses, all of that great stuff, I do want to shout out some people that support the channel a lot. One being LA Police Gear. They do an awesome job at helping me out by providing gear and resources to help make these videos better for you guys. So big shout out to LA Police Gear. If you go over to their website, use code DELP10, it'll save you 10% off anything on the website, whether that be EOTechs or whatnot. So go check them out. Also, another big shout out to Callaway Ballistics. They provided me a lot of ammo to do these reviews for you guys. They make remanufactured ammo, and it's really nice stuff. So I really recommend you go check them out. They're also in the link in my description. TakeSomeoneOutdoors.com/links. And last but not least, Right to Bear. Right to Bear is a new kind of firearm owner's insurance. So if you ever get into a self-defense situation and you have Right to Bear, they'll take care of you. They're backed by Palmetto State. They're brand new. Link is in my description to go check them out as well. They're pretty cool. You should go look them up if you're needing some firearms insurance. All right. So without further ado, let's dive into the specs of this optic right here and kind of talk about what the features are on it and my opinions. All right. So this is a 1-6 second focal plane LPVO. All right. Second focal plane essentially means that as you magnify, the reticle doesn't change. It stays the same size. All right. So when you are looking at it and you're using the reticle for the bullet drop compensation, you have to be on the highest magnification, which is 6, for it to work. All right. So the price point on this thing, MSRP is about $250. I know that Primary Arms, they have sold it for $200 before. I've seen it as low as about $175, maybe $150, depending on if you catch the right sale. If it goes on sale, I will pop it up on my Instagram, so you should follow me there. And that's the best way to keep up with the deals that I find, is to follow me on Instagram, so go check me out. Okay, so $250 MSRP on SOUSA's website, or $200 on Primary Arms, or just wherever you can find it. I'd say the $250 to $150 is a good price point. Okay, we have a 30mm tube, which is pretty standard. The mount I used was a Primary Arms mount. It was just a $60 mount. I bought it off the website, and it works really good. I like them a lot, and they're very efficient and very affordable. So that was my go-to mount for this optic. Okay, you have your windage and elevations. They do half MOA adjustments. They're pretty nice. They're capped, so they're not exposed, and you can just adjust them. Reset your zero, all that good stuff. It's a pretty standard system. Okay, there's a illuminated reticle. So let me flip this thing around. Illuminated reticle right here. All right, there's 11 brightness settings. There is no kind of like halfway stop point, which is kind of unfortunate if you want to do like a quick adjustment. But overall, it's about like any other illuminated reticle. Now let's talk about the reticle itself. So I will pop the reticle up somewhere on the screen here so so you guys can get a good look at it. But it does have BDC, bullet drop compensation. The reticle is good for 223 or 308. I think if you zero a 223 at 200 yards, the BDC will take you out to 600. If you zero a 308 at 100 yards, the BDC will take you out to 500 yards. Okay, so very usable, very nice little feature. I think it's nice. I like having a BDC on my LPVOs, just in case you really need to stretch your legs a little bit. Okay, this thing does come with scope caps, so you can see here, scope caps. Don't like the back scope cap. It's came off a few times for me, so when I was doing a lot of my testing, I just kept them off because it kind of flopped around. So you might need to get some aftermarket scope caps, which is no big deal. They're not very expensive, and they're just, it's not that big of a concern. Okay, in terms of the throw, here is a very tight throw, but they do come with like a little kind of built-in throw lever. I wouldn't say it's that useful. I like it a lot better than like the Vortex one that sticks out that you screw on. I like having it just slightly raised here. It works very well. It does pretty good. And didn't notice that much. It is a tight, nice, very firm throw though. The optic itself, it weighs about 18 ounces, so it's not very heavy. I mean, especially in comparison to the rifle that I have it on right now. It's very usable, very lightweight, and it's not bulky or anything. It's a very standard budget LPVO. Okay, so let's talk about how it performed. So I have it here on this Aero Precision 308. I still have yet to do a review on the channel of this Aero, but I've had it for a while and it shoots great. It's got a ballistic advantage barrel in it, and I mean, I use this thing all the time. So when I put the LPVO on it, I was like, I want to make it work, and it has done great. It has held up to the 308, beating it up a little bit. I ran it suppressed with the LPVO and everything, and it's just done very good. I zeroed it at 100 yards and shot it 200, checked the holdover. It works. It does good. I mean, I have no problems whatsoever with the optic. It has performed exactly how you would expect it to perform. Even for it being such a budget optic, I think it's a very high quality optic, and I would put it up there with a Strike Eagle almost, Vortex line. So very, very nice optic. Alright, so let's talk about how you would use this thing. Okay, I think it is a great all-around optic. I think that you could easily take this thing and shoot 500 yards if you're a very competent shot with it. I'm not a big fan of 6X at 500 yards. It's just not it's not my forte. 300, 400 yards, you could probably get some pretty decent shots, but I don't think the magnification's there. I know people can do it. I know a lot of people can do it. It's just, I wouldn't recommend it. I think 300-400 yards and you're about where the line draws for me personally. You could run this thing as a hunting optic, self-defense optic. This is a really do most of everything optic, except for really stretching your legs 1,000 yards or so. I wouldn't recommend it for that. If you're buying this to put on a hunting rifle, I mean, take it deer hunting or whatever it may be, I don't think you'd have a problem with any of that whatsoever. So really the only limitation is your longer ranges. You throw it to that 1 power, you can do the CQB stuff, you can do the short range, 100 yards, 50 yards, whatever it may be, and just go at it. So that's really where it fits into the whole, why would you buy this thing and what would you use it for? Okay, so I think that really about does it for the video. I like this optic a lot, especially for the price point. The sub $200 LPVO, this is a very high quality LPVO. I think SOUSA did a good job. As I mentioned before, they are owned by CMC, and I don't know if you guys have used CMC triggers, but they are fantastic triggers. I love them. I have a few of them in my different rifles, so I'm a big fan of their products as well. So overall, I think they did a good job at rebranding, coming out with a better optic than Sun Optics had, and I'm very pleased with it. Okay, so I think that really about wraps it for the video. Please go hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. If you like the content, leave a comment down below what you'd like to see next. or what you'd like to see in general from me. And give me suggestions down below on shooting or optics you'd like to see, or just comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, go check me out on Instagram. There's where you can find all my deals that I post, and keep up to date with me and what I'm looking at, what I'm reviewing, what I'm doing. So go check me out there. Other than that, I really appreciate you guys for watching. As always, take someone outdoors, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.